Hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are that you're watching us from live or whether you will be watching the replay. This is Movi Harris. I am the owner and CEO of Money Max Bookkeeping Services, located in Michigan, USA, where we specialize in mental health, bookkeeping and accounting. We help mental health owners make sound financial decisions through tax planning and financial planning. And I'm very happy to be here today, once again with my partner, JT Pels, and we will be talking about something very, very exciting. I'll let JT quickly introduce himself.
Yeah, happy to be here, Moby. My name is JT Pels. I am a CPA located in the middle of the country in Des Moines, Iowa, but we service clients all the way from Hawaii to New York. So coast to coast is never a problem. Geography is never an issue. So I'm happy to be here today, and I'm happy to talk about the exciting topic of building generational wealth for your kids. So everybody loves that. So I think it'll be a good one.
Right. Thank you so much. Yeah, we work virtually, so we can pretty much serve clients as long as you are in the United States. Right. So quickly, let's dive into that. So we're talking today about how to build generational wealth for your kids in your business. And so how does that work? How do you hire your kids to work for you in your business?
Exactly. So a lot of people get really intimidated when they think about hiring their kids. They think, well, my kid's 5 years old. Like, what can they really do? What can they really help with my business? So we want to hire them inside your business, and that allows you to pay them up to $12,950 a year. And that way, if it's under that amount, they don't have to pay taxes on it, and your business gets a tax deduction. So if you have 2 kids, you can essentially transfer $24,000 of income from your kid or from you and your business to your kids, thus giving you a $25,000 tax-free advantage.
Tax-free advantage, that's awesome. And you also get to deduct that from your own business 100%.
Exactly. It's 100% deductible to your business. So if you are in the, 50% tax bracket, we'll just say if you're a high earner, that's going to save you roughly $12,000 a year in taxes. And that's just from moving your money from your business to your kids, provided they actually work inside of it. This is not a sham job. They actually do have to do work inside of it.
Thank you so much for that, JT. Okay, so can anyone do this, or who is able to do this?
Anybody with a business can do this. So this can be whether you're a social media business, whether you're an accounting firm, a realtor, a restaurant, any industry can do this. And you don't have to pay them up to $12,000. You could just pay them $2,000. Whatever you can afford, you can do. But this is really a way to build generational wealth for your kids. So like I said, anybody can do this. It's not exclusive to Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos at Amazon. Anybody can do this. I have clients that do this, and they're not millionaires by any means.
That's so cool to know. So as long as you have a business, you can hire your kids. So what would be the age within which you can hire your kids, if I may ask that?
Yeah, you can hire them at any age from 0 to up to 7. Well, you can hire them past 17, but the real benefits come from 0 to 17, because if you hire them inside of your business from the ages of 0 to 17, you don't have to pay any payroll tax on them. So that's a good thing. If you after 18, you have to pay payroll taxes on them. So that means if you give them $12,000, they actually take home $12,000. It's not you pay $12,000 and they take home 10 due to taxes. So that's why you'd want to do it from 0 to 17. And then the way that you build generational wealth from them is that you take a portion of that money for 17 years, you put it in a tax deferred account, whether that's a Roth IRA, Roth 401k, whatever you want to do. You let that money grow for 17 years. So let's say you pay your children $6,000 a year, right? And you max out their Roth every single year. That's, what is that? Quick math, that is 6 times 17. It's probably close to $100,000, right? If you put that $100,000 in a Roth IRA and it sits there for them until they're 59 and a half for 40 years, they'll easily have between $2 and $4 million. And now they don't have to save for retirement when they're working. They can go to their first job and keep all that. They could keep their whole salary and not have to worry about it. Or instead of putting money away in a retirement account for them, They could use it towards their first down payment. The options are really endless. And it's all from literally just paying them from your business. That's the beauty of the IRS tax code, that they allow you to do something like this. If you're employed with a regular 9-to-5 job, it's very hard to do this, or damn near impossible. But if you're self-employed, the options are limitless.
That is so, so cool. Thanks for sharing that. I see Josh should be able to join us. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you get the maximum information from this that will be beneficial to you. And if you're watching us live on Facebook, let us know in the comment below. And if you're watching live on YouTube, let us know in the comment below. If you have any questions, put it in the comment section. So JT, how does this work? Do I have to have a contract with them to get them to do this, or how does it work?
Yes, so you have to have a legitimate job for them. You have an agreement with them, a job description, so to say, of what they're going to do. So just some examples, we're only going to be here for about maybe 10 minutes. I don't want to go into crazy details, but you have to have an actual job for them, and it can be in your business. So it could be something as simple as doing their chores. If you have a home office at home, they clean your home office. Another simple one, if they're really young, it could be that they are a model inside of your business. So if you have a business Instagram and you take pictures and you say, happy holidays from my family to yours, that's business work. So just little things like that. And there's other things, if they're 15 and they're driving, right, and they need their hours for their permit, they now become your driver. So they get hours to practice driving. You need a driver to go from place to place. So if you're a realtor, you need to go from place to place at summer break, and your 15-year-old daughter or son needs a ride or needs driving practice, say, hey, son, daughter, you want to drive me to this open house? Boom. And then now you're paying them to be your Uber driver.
That's awesome. So this is not just you giving them money to go play on TikTok.
No, exactly. No, nope. It's not any of that. But again, I'll give one more free gem for you guys. If they are on Uber, if they're on TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff, you can pay them as what's called your social media manager. So if you are like this, like if I had kids, I don't. If I had kids, they would set up this tripod for me. They would set up my phone. They would make sure I'm streaming it correctly. They would be testing it with me beforehand. So I'm paying them to be my social media manager. I'm going to have them post this video for me. I'm going to have them save it. I might even have them edit it for all I know. And they love that stuff. They're probably better at it. And as long as you have a description, I would say it's very easy to go on Fiverr or just Google social media manager in your area and be like, okay, well, they're getting paid $35 an hour. My child's not that experienced, so maybe half that. And now here you go. So the options are endless. I always say the question that you should be asking your accountant or CPA, whoever's doing your taxes. And by the way, if you're meeting with them in April and just that, you're doing it 100% wrong. That's for another topic, but you should be asking them, not, is this deductible? It's, how do I make this deductible? Like that, like you were asking me about. That's a very good question. It's like, can I write off my kids inside of my business? The answer is no. But if you do it this way, this is how you do it. So like I say, it's not, how is this deductible?
That's fantastic. So, and we know kids these days, they love being on social media. So we might leverage on that, make them do something for your social media and get paid for it. How cool is that?
Exactly.
So I have one last question that I'm going to ask you, JT. Okay. So how can we set them up for retirement using this strategy? I know you mentioned something about that, but can you give us a little more on that?
Yeah. So every year you get to put in, or anybody can put in up to $6,000. I think it might be 65. I don't know the exact numbers this year, but it's roughly $6,000 into what's called an IRA, or traditional IRA, or it's a retirement account, where you can put that money away tax-free. So what I would suggest, I think you said Josh was on here, so I'm going to use him as an example. I'm not picking on him. I just saw his name. So if Josh has 2 kids, right, and he pays them to, let's say he's a realtor, if he pays them to, take pictures for him at an open house, to do stuff like that, to be his assistant during the summer, right? Because my dad used to do that with me. Like I was his assistant and he paid me and put it in a Roth. So if Josh did that and let's say he paid them $6,000, right? He gets a $6,000 tax write-off. his kids don't pay any income on that or income tax on that income. He puts that $6,000 away into a retirement account that's tax deferred. So that way, when his kids pull out the money years later, let's say he does it for 17 years, right? $6,000 times 7 is, if quick math, I think that's like over $100,000 if my math is right. He puts that away. By the time they retire when they're 59 and a half, that money is tax-free to them. They just got like easily $1 million tax-free. Or what they can do too, and if he's I don't know what he does, I'm just assuming he's a realtor, they can take that money out, borrow against it, and use it as a down payment for their house, for their first house. They're, like I say, the options are limitless. Or you can just put it in a mattress and use it as their first business. So that's what I mean by setting them up for generational wealth. You're already going to pay your kids anyway. You're paying for their food, you're paying for their little league, their soccer. Just make them earn it. It teaches them responsibility, teaches them how direct deposit works, how to budget. There's so many things I love about this play that I think it's personally better than any other tax play. Obviously, some are more lucrative, but I think this is really how you set your kids up for retirement. And we all want to do that. We all want our kids to live better than us. Like, I've never met somebody that's like, you know what? Nah, I want my kids to be worse than me. Of course not.
That's right. I don't think many of us, we don't want our kids to not have, to start from square zero like many of us did. So if we can build something for them to leverage on, then that's an awesome thing to do, especially that is tax-free 100% to them, and it's 100% tax deductible to you. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on today. And for everyone joining us live, and if you are watching later, thank you so much for being part of this. If you have any questions, I'm going to put a link to how you can schedule a time with me and JT, and then we can answer your specific question and guide you specifically to your situation. This information we have given here today is just very general. So to answer your specific situation, I'm going to put a link in the comments where you can schedule a time with us. It's going to be a free discovery call where we would be able to check whether we'll be able to help you and give you specific guide on how this that we have talked about today can and will work for you. And then I also want to tell you, watch this space. We are going to be talking about vacations next week. How you can literally go on family vacation, how you can go on date nights and write them off 100% in your business. Who don't want to go on free date night, tax-free date nights? So we're going to be talking about that next week.
I do it. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do that too. So, yes. Or not exactly, but give examples of how, and like it's all the advice I give to my clients is exactly what I do. Minus the kids. I don't have kids, but I do this. Everything I suggest to clients, I do. So I'm never going to set you up to fail.
Well, yeah, wonderful. And then whatever we ask you to do is legal and anyone can do it. They are just things that are there in the tax codes and everyone can take advantage of. Thank you so much for joining us. This will be the end of our masterclass for today. Make sure to join us next week. I'm going to post information about that on our Facebook so that you will be able to register and join us to learn how you can 100% write off your family vacation and your date nights. That would be so fantastic. Thank you so much, guys. Hope you all have a great and beautiful Labor Day weekend. I'll see you next week. Bye.